Rookie is back from its winter break. We had a little bit of a cliffhanger at the end of the fall run there, where Lucy Chen had just been kidnapped. Nolan and Nick Armstrong have been working with Rosalind Dyer to uncover a series of her victims when they discover that someone's been killing in her style while she's been in prison. And sort of what we knew at the end of last episode was we just realized who her apprentice was, and we'll just call him Caleb Wright. I think he used a couple different names during this episode, so we'll just go with Caleb Wright. But this was actually a pretty crazy episode. We have Lucy. She's been kidnapped, being held hostage, who knows where. And we see her. She tries to break away, but Caleb's got the place booby trapped and ends up tracking her down and catching her. And they're in the middle of nowhere. And he puts her in the barrel and buries her underground. So now we're back with everybody else. We're on a timeline. We've got less than 24 hours to find out where Lucy Chen has been taken to in order to save her life. Everybody's trying every trick in the book to find a lead. We have Nolan and Harper going to prison to talk to Rosalind to see what she can tell. The only real thing that they get from her is they track down the person who's been smuggling in contraband into the prison, and all it does is lead them on a dead end where they track this guy down who they think is another one of the aliases of Caleb Wright, and ends up being a guy who's been on disability for the past 5 years, who's had his identity taken, which has been something Caleb Wright has done repeatedly. And we just keep hitting more dead ends. So we find out about the contraband. Wesley comes in. He's been last episode he actually almost overdosed, mixing his pain meds and booze, and Angela has him on full-time watch, so she brings him in, and he ends up being getting some connections from some of his clients who are in the prison to basically rat on who's been smuggling in the goods. But like I said, that was a dead end. And then it turns out that this whole plan of kidnapping Lucy Chen has just been an elaborate way to get Nick Armstrong. So Rosalind and Armstrong had been kind of enemies all along. Armstrong was the one who arrested her. Rosalind killed Rosalind's wife, and basically she just wants to get. I don't even quite understand this. I guess it's revenge, but I mean, she's already killed his wife. So what more revenge do you want? But anyway, she wants him dead, and that ends up being our link to sort of piece everything together and bring all of our stories converging out on the farm after Caleb Wright basically says to Nick Armstrong, look, you can take me in right now, or you can trade your life for Lucy Chen's. This was a little wild, but we find out, everybody sort of finds out where they think Caleb Wright has taken Lucy and Nick, and Nolan and Harper end up being the first ones on scene there. And in what seemed like a bizarre scene, we see Nolan kick in the front door, and Harper wheels around to the side of the house, and then she's got her big assault rifle, and she gut shots Caleb Wright. What? No, that was ridiculous. I mean, she'd either shoot to kill or shoot to wound. She'd go for her shoulder to disarm him, or even a leg to take him down. But no, she shoots him in the gut, which is probably one of the worst spots you could ever be shot. And Nolan tries to keep him alive so they can get more information, and he's unsuccessful. Caleb Wright, he dies. So now they're on the everybody's at the farm. More cops show up. Helicopter flies in, and everybody's looking for Chen. Nobody can find anything uh, because apparently Caleb Wright is like a master at filling in holes and burying barrels, because he like leaves no trace that anyone had been out there. But we did see when Lucy got put into her barrel, she flings her ring off, and of course Tim Bradford finds the ring, and they pull Lucy out of the barrel, and he proceeds to perform CPR and brings Lucy back from the dead. So in the end, the only person who dies is Caleb Wright. We get left with this cryptic message from Rosalind Dyer that, you know, something's up with Armstrong. He's got a deep dark secret, and she tells Nolan, like, when you're ready to find out, come back to me. So yeah, I quite enjoyed this episode. You know, usually the Rookie is a little more lighthearted, but today was like very much story driven. We had the whole Lucy storyline. We have the whole Nick Armstrong storyline that it seems like is going to continue on here. We see Wesley kind of finally start to come around after, you know, earlier this season he got stabbed, came back to work, he had his PTSD, and like now he's feeling up to going back to work again after contributing and helping to find Lucy and sort of just being part of the team. So yeah, I really enjoyed this episode, and I'll probably be back next week to recap another. So we'll see ya.